Hey guys, this is Gutsy Canuck here, bringing you another Gutsy's Way video. This one will be on Lycan, and my way on Lycan is kind of standard, just like the regular Lycan builds of whatever recent patch it is, except for there's three very specific items, I guess four, that come to mind that make it a little bit more unique than other builds. So I do the normal skill build, I go for Roshes and stuff like that. It's very standard in terms of that, but there's some items I've adjusted that I feel are better on
30
him,
seconds to go.
just based on playstyle. So starting items and all that doesn't really matter. Just do whatever you do on Lycan. I do this normally on most carries just for last hitting, even though he's a strength hero. PMS is so good at the moment, I just eventually upgraded at the side shop to a PMS in the early laning stage. And I mean, you could jungle with him, doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. So, like I said, none of this really matters, so you could just level him up however you want. Doesn't matter which one you level up, I'm just going to click random ones. I'm big on health.
Nobody likes to play support, yet
I think
everybody
HP is better than strength. Cooldown reduction is definitely important with this build. I definitely go it over evasion. Even if you're losing, I'd still go cooldown reduction because this build's a very Rat Dota centered build. And these two is kind of tricky which one you want to do. I prefer the 2 wolf summon with this build. It's usually the one I go. So yeah, normally I just do this kind of thing, right? Just upgrade to that. And here's where things get really, really interesting. Because the first start of this build is you do not buy boots on Lycan with the Gutsy's Way build. And a lot of people think this is pretty insane, but you have to think about it. A lot of people also don't build boots on Weaver. I know pros now, they used to opt out of that, but now pros just flat out don't. Boots are just, they love treads now and everything. But you do not buy boots on this build. Why? Because you have an ultimate that gives you more than max movement speed, and it's up pretty often. Like, it's a 51-second cooldown at max level, so it's going to be up all the time, so long as you have the mana. And I've already went over how shrines and raindrops and drums and all kinds of stuff like this, Echo Saber, all give you mana. This is a very mana heavy patch. You don't need to worry so much about mana, so you're always going to pretty much have Shapeshift off it, especially whenever you're fighting, so you don't need treads, or boots, basically. You could get them eventually later on as a luxury item, but normally I don't even do that. I'll just have my normal TPs, in the backpack in case I need them. No boots with this build. It is highly forbidden. And this build's very greedy in terms of you don't really need your stat items. You can get a wand if you want, but normally, no. I just rush right into some items. I'm very greedy with my Lycan build, so I'll go Necronomicon, usually first item. You can do the Vlad's BKB kind of thing, but normally I just opt out of those. I may go a Vlad's, but normally it's Necro is your first item. Your second item is going to be Manta Style. So we'll just TP to the side shop to do this. Manta's your second item. And then your third item,
tower ain't doing too well.
And yes, I pretty much straight naked rush these. There's no wands, and obviously I said no boots, none of that kind of stuff in between. And your third item, which pretty much finishes off the Gutsy build, is Refresher Orb. So this is Gutsy's Lycan way, and I'm just going to explain exactly what my thought process is behind this. So it's a 4-item build in terms of the first item you're not going boots, and then the other 3 items you're going these. But here's why this build's so good. Especially when you have the maxed out wolves, this is an extremely valuable build. So basically, you pop your wolves, pop these, you enter ult, you pop this, and you howl. You now have literally a StarCraft army to murder towers. And I mean, you're murdering towers the whole game anyways with this kind of build. And look, everyone's moving fast. Why do you need boots for this? Like, you murder towers. And I mean, in scenarios, you'll say, oh, well, you know, there's going to be 5 of them around to stop you. Okay, whatever. That's them playing bad Dota, because normally that's not how Dota works. You're usually having an even amount of people to deal with, or, you know, there's a fight going on elsewhere and you could Rat Dota them. That's why this build is very rat-centered. Like, Bulldog would get a hard-on from seeing this build. He would love this build so much, because it's purely just rat. You're basically a prophet summoning minions, and you're pushing towers with it. But don't be afraid to do team fights with this build. You do a ton of damage. Obviously, a hero like Earthshaker and Sand King are gonna make your world a living nightmare. But this is a good team fight build, because like I said, you can get that BKB. That's usually the next item I go on this. After these 3 is a BKB, because then I'm like super insured. What are they gonna do to me? Now, I haven't really stressed the importance of this refresher, but the main reason why is you saw how quickly I killed that tower, and then my ult ran out. That's when I'd either pop a shrine and use my refresher, or in most cases you normally have enough mana to do all of them. So let's give it a try to see if that's the case. Okay, so look at my mana. Mind you, I have a BKB, but whatever. And then I just pop it, and I can redo it again.
Yes. Mine now.
You are technically a little bit short in the mana, but I mean, an arcane boost will fix that. A shrine will fix that. There's all. I mean, you may walk into regen rune, but this is the rat build. But you're so strong in team fights too. I really can't stress that. I know the main focus of this build is rat, but you are super strong in team fights. So then I just do it all over again. Whoops, I did it in the wrong order though. But the main thing you want to focus on is not to do this. You only pop Manta after you've done your ult, because you want the clones in your ult's form. I'll just do it all over again. So basically, Necro, Wolves, ult, Manta, Howl, done. And your refresher will not be there. And then you just mow down towers. So yeah, that's the Gutsy's way of Lycan. One other item I'm kind of a big fan of, like I said, it's very standard in terms of the rest of the items you get are very Lycan-ish. You know, get a Vlad's if you want, get an Assault Curse if you want. But one item I guess a 5th item that would kind of be Gutsy's way would be an Octarine. You're all about just super short cooldowns to just constantly spam minions and push towers.
The other fellas mid-rags won't be making trouble.
That's basically it. Don't be afraid to get in team fights. I've already said all this like 4 times now, so that will conclude the video, and I hope to see you guys next time.